Good morning, students. So, we are going to start the drugstore and business management. So, in this, we are going to revise the chapter 1. So, first chapter is trade, industry, and commerce, functions and subdivision of commerce, introduction to elements of economics and management. Okay, so first of all, students, we are going to discuss about the definition of the trade. So the trade is defined as to sale, transfer, or exchange of goods and services. Okay, so it is further divided into two parts or into two types. In first type is internal or home trade. Exchange of goods, sales, transfer, and services are provided within the country, and payment should be in national currency. It is very important. Payment should always in form of national currency. Okay. So now the internal home trade is also further divided into two class. First one is wholesale trade, and second one is and second one is trade and commerce. Okay, so what is wholesale trade? In these trades, the medicines or the goods, they are purchased from the manufacturer in the bulk quantity, and also the wholesale traders have a very less margins. The wholesaler traders, they sell the goods to the retailers. So next is retail trade. So retail trades involves the goods in smaller quantities. They also sell the goods to the consumer. The retail traders purchase the goods from the wholesale traders, and the wholesale traders purchase the goods directly from the manufacturers. So the difference between wholesale and trader, the second difference between wholesaler and trader, retail trader, is the quantity. The wholesale trader plays with a larger quantity, whereas the retail trader plays with a lesser quantity. Also, the retail traders, they have very vast variety. So they directly sells the goods to the consumers. So that is why they have very vast variety of goods in stock. So whenever the consumer asks for the goods, so they sell them directly. So we can also say that the wholesaler traders are the links between the retail traders and the manufacturers, and the retail traders are also the links between the wholesale traders and the consumers. Okay, so next we have is foreign trade. So foreign trade means buying and selling of goods between various countries of the world. So here the foreign word is the meaning of the foreign word is in another country. Okay, so foreign trade means selling and buying of goods in other country. Okay, so in case of so we have discussed that in case of trade in a country, in a home country, the payment should be in form of national currency. So whereas in case of foreign trade, the payment should be converted into the currency of the concerned country into which the goods are going to be sold, or the goods are going to be buy from their country. Okay, so that is why the payments has been converted into the currency of the concerned country. And also the foreign trade is a another type of wholesale trade. So the in case of foreign trade, the quantity of the goods is much larger. So foreign trade has some parts, import trade, or it has some types. First type is import trade. Import means buying the goods from other country and buying the goods from other countries and importing them into the country of the purchaser. Okay, so next we have is export trade. Export trade involves sales of goods to the foreign country. In this case, the seller sends the goods to the buying country. Okay. The third type is re-export trade. In case of re-export trade, what happens? Um, there is a import of goods from one country, and when the import has been completed, then selling of that goods to some other country. So it means there is a export of the imported goods. So next topic we are going to discuss is aids to trade. Okay. So all the activities which help in the channel of distribution from producer to the final consumer is called aids to trade. So they are also called auxiliaries to trade. So they are required for the smooth and efficiently working of the trade. Okay, so the aids which are required in the trade are the transports. Transports are required for the trade. Transports carry the goods from one place to the other place in a specific or in a given time. Next we have is insurance companies. Insurance is a very important part of the trade. So because the manufacturer, importer and exporter, they can cover the risk of loss by means of insurance. So insurance companies are should be there to provide the insurance to the companies, wholesalers or retailers, or the importers and exporters. Okay, so third aid is banks. Banks should be there to provide the loan assistance to the manufacturers or the wholesalers, so that they can fulfill the needs of the so that they can fulfill the financial needs to run their business smoothly. So next aid is warehouses. So suppose a wholesaler is buying a goods in bulk quantity from the manufacturer, so he should have a warehouse. Warehouse, the function of warehouse is to store the goods. So warehouse is must because to place them in a specific place, so that they should be sold to the retailers or sold to the some other traders whenever there is a requirement or whenever there is a demand. Okay, so till then they are placed into the warehouse in a specific environment. Mercantile agents are also required. Advertising and publicity of the business is very much important, because without advertising and publicity there should be no consumer. If there is no consumer, there is a no sale. If there is a no sale, there is a no revenue generation. If revenue is not generated, then how the business can work smoothly and efficiently. Okay, so advertising and publicity is required so that sales can be continue properly. So in next part we are going to discuss about the difference between trade and commerce. industry and business, business and trade. So in a first part we are going to discuss about the difference between trade and commerce. Okay, beta. So the word trade means, what is the meaning of the trade? So the meaning of the trade is actual buying or selling of the goods. Okay. So trade is a part of the business. Commerce, whereas the commerce is concerned with all commercial activities which helps for marketing the goods. Okay, so they include all those activities which helps the free flow of goods from the producers to dealers, consumers. So it is a part of business, but business includes commerce. Okay, so that is the basic difference between the trade and the commerce. So next we have is industry and business. So industry is concerned with the manufacturing of large scale goods and services for business purposes, and the business is concerned with the activities of marketing and distribution of goods and services. So industry is concerned with raw materials, but business is concerned with the finished goods. So this is the difference between industry and business. So next, very important, we are going to discuss about the difference between business and trade. So students, basically the business include trade as well as other economic activities which are connected to the trade. So trade means actual buying or selling of the goods. So trade is a part of business, but business includes trade and aids to trade. Okay, so that is why the scope of the trade is limited, but the scope of business is vast. So it includes exchange, marketing, and distribution of the goods. So next we have is industry. So students, basically industry is concerned with the production of the goods. Okay, so basically you can say that they are the manufacturer of the goods. So there, what is the function of the industry, or what production is done into within the industry: conversion, repacking, extraction, fabrication, pharmaceutical formulation, basic drug manufacturing, and other such activities are termed as industry. Okay, so an industry may produce consumer products or producer products. So goods used by final consumers are called consumer goods, and those goods used in the production of other goods, they are called producer goods. So next we have is types of the industry. So they are basically of two types: extractive industry and genetic industry. Okay, so in case of extractive industries, these types of industries are engaged in extracting commodities from earth, sea, and air. Okay, so the products of such industries are generally used by manufacturing and construction industries for fabricating finished goods. So example is mining, fishing, agriculture, hunting, etc. So next students we have is genetic industries. So these type of industries, they are engaged in reproducing and multiplying certain species of plants, animals, cattle breeding, and poultry for the purpose of the sale. Okay, so examples of the genetic industries are the forestry and poultry farms. Basically they are the poultry farms. Okay, so manufacturing industries. So next we are going to discuss about the manufacturing industry. So manufacturing industries are the industries which converts raw material into finished products or semi-finished products into finished products. Okay, so these industries creates form utility. So examples of the manufacturing industries are the sugar industry, cotton industry which is also called the textile industry, drugs and pharmaceutical industries. Okay, so manufacturing industries, so students, the manufacturing industries are also further subdivided into the different industries. Okay, so first industry is analytical industry, second industry is synthetic industry, third industry is processing industry, and fourth industry is assembly industries. Okay, so in case of analytical industry, X petroleum, example is petroleum industry, and in case of synthetic industry, example is cement industry, and in case of process industry, example is paper, textile and sugar industry, and in case of assemblies industry, example is PC industry, which is also called computer industry, car industry, cycle industry, scooter industry, and TV industry. Okay, so on the basis of size and investment, industries are classified as light industry, heavy industry, and construction industries. So, students, in case of light industry, so basically they have a very smaller capital investment. Okay, so also if their capital investment is smaller, so their production cycle is also smaller. So example is jute industry and paper industry. Okay, so next is we have is heavy industries. So the heavy industries involve big capital investment into machinery and equipment of sophisticated and expensive type and have a longer duration production cycle. Okay, so example is aeronautics, aluminium, shipbuilding, iron and steel. And third one is construction industries. So these industries are concerned with construction of building, roads, bridges, dam and channels. So students, this is all for the day. So in next lecture we will continue the further topics. So thank you so much.